epidemic is not our problem. This triggered so many incels that you all reported it over 150 times. Post breaks, no rules. Site-wide or subreddit specific. Post will stay up. Have a shower, cry about it. God, I love Reddit, man. Post breaks, no rules, remove posts anyway. My hometown subreddit started a dudes meetup, and it was praised and called much needed by men and women alike online. It lasted less than 6 months. Cause no one showed. Today, my roommate tried to tell what women want in a man instead of asking. He built up all these standards he'd have to reach to get a girl. And when I asked who was enforcing them, he said women. I asked if he'd even bother to ask a woman if that was what she wanted, instead of assuming it. He never has. That's sad. I can't with these people are so stupid. The problem is that single women often build their own communities, friends, charity work, social events, hobbies that include others. Men tend to isolate when single. Everything becomes about finding a mate. That's the only source of companionship too many men are comfortable with. They often don't have strong social bonds or a community of friends and loved ones. So it all becomes, why don't I have a woman to fill my loneliness? Whereas women are more likely to go out and find other things outside of a partner to fill their needs. By the way, this is the complete opposite. Men like finding their friends and talking about women. And then women post on Twitter about how hard it is to find friends while men make friends because they are like the same beer. Yeah, I know. Like you finding a woman friend is extremely difficult, like a real one. Whereas I get, again, I am envious in a good way that some men can just make friends. They just can. They walk up to the, like, you like VTubers? I like VTubers. Wanna be friends? You can't do that. Mostly because there's not that many women that like VTubers apart from VTubers themselves. But you know what I'm saying? You only need to look at influencers who target men to realize why male loneliness exists. Typically, the average manosphere influencer tells other men, treat women like trash. Men can't be friends with women! All other guys are potential threats who want to take your girl! Dude, was this written by a woman? Disagree with someone? Cut them out of your life. This really sounds like a woman. I'm sorry, I hate to be like this whole, that's what girls do, man. Which reads like a list of things you should do to be forever lonely and have no friends. Oh look, it seems to be working for a lot of guys. I had this one guy who I thought wanted to be an actual friend. We made plans to go out to an amusement park out of town together. We had already hung out in a group, so I thought I knew him and I was really excited. He was a mutual friend of my ex, and I saw this about 2 months ago after the breakup. Right before he's about to drive us both past the city limit, he hits me with the fact that he's open to being maybe more than friends. That he wouldn't hang out with me alone if I had a boyfriend, again, unless he talked to the boyfriend. Like, are you kidding me? Complaining about how you have few friends and only seeing me as a dating option when we had a good friendship going. Self-inflicted. You are so far up your own butt. It's kind of crazy. But lately made a move on a girl? Yeah, say no, you're not interested and move on. Why do you have to do this whole shaming on Reddit for dudes? I was on another subreddit and a young man posted about loneliness. There was a lot of support and advice, but one guy responded, yeah, I could make more friends, but that still wouldn't get me laid or a girlfriend. So for a lot of guys, no sex equals lonely. Doesn't matter if they have friends and family. Can we just talk about the fact that, like, being lonely and not having sex is not exactly insanely healthy? No romantic partner equals lonely. Yeah, no shit, dumbass. Hello? I want to hold hands with someone. Like, I feel like that's the innate urge human beings have at this point. It's not about being a sex pest. What if you want to hold hands with her? What if you want to cook her dinner? You can't do that. Alana, you lewd woman. I just don't get it. Not everything is about sex. There's plenty of men that don't think like that. Yeah, cook dinner for a girl. Lewd. You're disgusting. You just want to have sex with her. Personally, as a man, am I lonely? No, I am not. I do technically only have a few real friends that I rarely see, but I am not really someone who needs to be happy, if that makes sense. I could go off and live in the woods alone and only really have human interaction while getting supplies and be completely fine and happy. I heavily prefer animals to people. Okay, based. So I don't really get the whole let's blame women shit that other men do. It isn't that hard to make genuine connections with other people as long as you yourself are genuine, polite, honest, and empathetic. The only one you have to really blame is yourself. Even someone socially awkward or someone shy can make friends if they really try. But in the same breath, we have this up here saying that the guy that wanted to go on a pseudo date with her is a piece of. My problem is I could easily make friends with men in public, but trying to approach a woman in public is like diffusing a landmine. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a one-to-one, but again, I've told this story before of a woman with a married man had a nice dress on at a grocery store, and I was too scared to like tell her that she looks nice, even though she has a husband. Even though I'm not a man and I didn't experience this, I was too afraid because it's like, what if I get publicly humiliated? What if she like freaks out at me and says like, oh my god? Like that was a thought in my head because those are things that I've seen happening on social media and in general. It didn't used to have that barrier of like, oh god, what if she's gonna like post it online, you know, like in the town square or whatever, and say like, oh my god, this person, like, again, I'm a girl, so like I have a little bit of a better pass to tell another woman that she looks pretty. But it's like if I'm a dude, I would shit my pants. I wouldn't even think about talking to her. I might just be a pussy, like just generally speaking. But fuck, I understand where men are coming from at this point. I've talked about it enough times, and I've seen it. What's hilarious is that lonely women are stereotyped as old cat ladies, whereas lonely men are somehow victims of women. What an echo chamber! Cheese and crackers, man! Yeah, the woman loneliness epidemic, that sure is a thing. I actually met a spinster a long time ago. For those that don't know what a spinster is, it's a woman that never married, and she's like over the age of like, what is it, like 50? She couldn't have kids. She was a teacher. She was good friends with one of my mom's friends, and through my mom, I learned that that woman just genuinely couldn't find a man. And my mom got to know her, and she said, Alana, that woman, I can see why no man would want her. She's so difficult. And she's fine with that. She has a cat. She has a nice house. And I was like, so this is what happens to spinsters? She can't find a husband. She never blamed anyone but herself, but she just didn't find a man that could handle her because she's so unlikable. My aunt is like that, and she's hot. Why are you saying your aunt is hot? Woo! Hey, yo!